What's your motivation in life, guys? Why do you get up every day from bed? Why did you decide to become an entrepreneur, start your own business, and go into that hard path that entrepreneurship is? What motivates you to do what you do?
Yeah, I'm just obsessed. Like there's nothing else like I can't do. Like this is like the only purpose I have. It's like I want to create, I want to impact, I want to do something new. Like for example, I'm from a country where there are not many resources, right? And if when I was young, I was like, how can I impact the world, right?
I used to work in an office job and I only see like one single aspect of it only. Working as a founder, on Lyrictape, I've learned to like survey users, the product design, the UIs, UX, talk about, marginalizing how you make sure that you don't overspend when you're building something. So you find the right tool, these kind of different skill set and things that you learn, picked up along the way is very whole and complete in business perspective. So I think even for personal growth for me, I'm seeing from the journey, I'm learning everything new. And then, I'm kind of becoming better myself within this space of businesses. So I think that for me is the motivation that, the next day I'm going to learn more things and I figure out, how to be a better person. And in running a business, I can adopt my skills in some other areas in the futures. So I think that for me, it's something that, motivates me.
What was one thing that both of you learned through that 2 year journey so far?
Okay, the thing is, you need to write. You need to have the right team. Right team is key. And then also something to notice on that is the journey of learning. It's like if we were stuck on like, okay, this is the only thing that we have to do, we couldn't move forward. But we're like, okay, we have learned this. This has failed. Let's go to another way. Or this has passed. Let's skip it. Let's build more about it. Something like that. Yeah. So two things: teamwork and having the ability to learn always.
I think for me, it's definitely the journey that I learned that, you don't perfection particular features because you kind of look back and kind of like disbelief we waste usually 6 months just, back and forth looking at one single features. And in the end, we go into test the user and they're like, oh, it's not really something that we care that much at all.
So basically, as every single early stage entrepreneur, you made the same mistake as everyone,
Yeah,
build perfect features and then release
yeah,
it instead of release it and then test it and iterate,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
I hope everyone can learn from that because every single person makes the same mistake, unfortunately, myself
Yeah.
included. I've been building my product for a year and a half before I actually started testing it. Thank you very much. Not recommended at all. Can we go through that whole process of like from the beginning to where we are
Mhm.
now? What was the stages that you guys went to? What were the thoughts of like doing all of that stuff?
I think for my part, I think what I did is initially we got the concept idea, we decided to work on that. So, like I said, we went on to survey our musician friends. We have about 20 of them, and we designed the survey. In the survey part, we have like different ideas. Initially, I was thinking like maybe use survey monkeys, Google Form, and stuff like that. And then that just came back with a really cool idea is something called form bricks. I never heard of it before, but then it's actually a really cool thing. And then you can have like a survey that people answer the question and direct them next to another question instead of like the Google Form generic type kind of survey. Which is very useful for us. And then we use some of the data we get from there to find out, what position they struggle with. Like, for example, I mentioned someone, they try to make music with pen and paper, and the person's based in Berlin area and has trouble to finding collaborators within the scene, like outside of Berlin. Sorry. So in that case, we came up with the idea that we have like a digital platform that will help, for example, the person to find a collaborator somewhere else, maybe in say China or in Brazil, and they can collaborate and so on. They don't even have to be in the same time zones. It could be like kind of idea that he upload a part of the song, and then the person can pick up from there and write the lyrics and stuff like that.
Okay, so it's basically me who never created the music before or like any song. I can
Mhm.
go to your platform and create a song.
Correct.
Nice. Okay. So where this idea came from? How did it started?
Okay, a couple of things. I was kicked out of the choir because I was auto-tuning, and then I had to learn how to write lyrics on the computer. And then for a couple of years, I've been keeping the domain of lyrictape.com, like kind of like renewing. And this is gonna be something great until it kicked in me and I was like, let us do it. Yeah. And then that's how I also went to look for a co-founder. And then that's how I met Mike. And also Mike had a background in music, and I was like, this is a perfect match. So we kind of look for ideas and ideas. And then we went into the process of getting feedback from people. Oh, okay, cool. This is what people want. Let us try to build something around it.
If you could start again, what would be the one thing that you would do differently?
I think like gathering resources a bit faster. If you wanted to build a startup, there are free resources on the internet, right? Even if it's setting up a company, even if it's getting storage, even if it's getting a place where you want to host. So I mean, like you do have enough resources to experiment and do a lot of things. And then the other one is like building faster. So like you ship like small features faster, and then you get feedback.
So how the end product looks like? What's the vision of it?
The end product looks like for a long term, we were planning about building a app that kind of allow musicians to engage with like fans, and could be for like amateurs, but they can also combine together and make songs. So I think that's the vision that we have in place. Ideally, that could be like in a way that kind of platform that kind of allow them to kind of like maybe there's an app somewhere, or maybe AI that kind of connects people to us. Like I look for like the collaborator somewhere else in terms of say rock music for me, and then you can find like the list of people, and then you can find people that you want, and you can message them, they reply back like that.
Because if you have a lot of people collaborating on the same platform, you have a lot of data, you have a lot of engagement. We plan to be like a powerhouse for writing lyrics, doing studio collaborations, at the same time kind of producing music at the go. So for example, you at Starbucks, me here, I'm on the beach, so we collaborate at the same time. The song is out, it's a #1 hit, done well on Lyrictape. So something like that. So it becomes engaging. And also saying on the amateur side is because like if you give also the people who don't know how music is, like the fun part is like while building the studio, Mike will tell me this is not like music is different. I don't have much of a background in music, so I'll be like, it's different. So in me as an amateur, I get to know, okay, I can collaborate with Mike, I can collaborate with Alex, and then I could also learn how the music kind of works. And then that means like the quality I produce out is gonna be great because I'm collaborating with the best. So and also something to mention on that, we're becoming a place whereby you can find the people. It's like if you are looking for musicians, you come to it, like something like that.
If you could sit down with yourself on the first day of starting the business, knowing everything you know now, what's one single most important piece of advice you would give yourself?
I'll be like, start now. That's it. Just start now. It's like, yeah, don't wait. Like, because the thing is like the beginning is very hard, but you reach in the middle and you'll be like, oh, it's a bit now becoming less hard. And then after although there is no finish line, that's something I've learned. But the journey is going to build you into something way better. That all the things you will be doing will be very, very great. So because I think me as a person, I delayed starting Lyrictape. If we started it earlier, it would have been like way beyond. So, but still, I think I think it's like the thing of starting is key. It's really key.
If you would have the power to become a president of the world, what would be one thing that you would change around the world?
It's kind of completely different. If you like it's a personal question, but if like I could be like the world, to like you control the world. I think one way would be maybe to stop like the fighting across different nations. It's just like you see lots of people fighting over things and they're not doing anything at all. It's just like people deleting each other. You're not taking the world forward. It's just not really the efficient. I think one of the best way would be to stop people fighting and then helping them to kind of build something together. Maybe it's a build a space shuttle or whatever. It will still help the world to advance to be in science and some way than just not doing anything at all.
So I think I will put more money into innovation and research. So that means like there are multiple resources for anybody to do anything. like the same way like the internet is. It's like it's available for everyone. I think funds, I think of programs of entrepreneurship could be something because like that could enable us to kind of solve problems a bit faster.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for joining me today and speaking to me. It was a pleasure, interesting journey, by the way.